Hi everyone, and welcome to today's live show, which as always is about human design. It's about leadership. It's about you as a female entrepreneur, a founder, a business owner, a leader, with an interest, I'm sure, in human design and how you can create success in your life and your business through the lens of human design. And today, the live show is going to be for you, wonderful 5-1 profiles. In fact, this is probably relevant to all line fives, to be honest with you. But I do get a lot of interest from human design 5-1 profiles. And there's a reason for that. Because the way that you are created is absolutely extraordinary. Let me just get this point across right here, right now. You are amazing. You have been designed to sell to strangers, to make an impact, to be the savior. And of course, that can create huge success in your life, but also you will often have felt the repercussions of that throughout your life. I'd love to know in the comments how that has impacted you and how that has affected you. And what I love about human design, there's many things that I love about human design, but human design gives us the language and it also gives us the tools to be able to create change in that area. So instead of you being a victim of your 5-1 profile, you are actually the leader of your line 5-1 profile. And that is absolutely transformative. It's life-changing, it's business-changing, and I work with many 5-1 profiles within human design who have been able to create that. So it's wonderful to see you here. I would love to know in the comments where you're calling in from, what your questions are, what your aha moments are. We've got some questions already, so I'll be bringing your questions onto the screen. And please play along, because this is what I love about the live events. I do a lot of pre-recorded YouTube videos, which are fantastic for information giving, but this is what I really love to do. I love to come on and interact with you live. For those of you who have never met me, my name is Abigail Rebecca. I am a human design business mentor. I empower women to be iconic. So this is all about us being visible. If we want to go out there and make a difference in this world and grow our businesses and grow in our leadership and our personal development, visibility is key. But of course, there's so many things that hold us back from going out there and being visible, such as fear of being judged, fear of being criticized, fear of failure, fear of doing things wrong, imposter syndrome. I'd love to know in the comments what your particular gift you've been given to overcome in your lifetime. And of course, I hear it so often from 5-1 profiles, the fear of being burnt at the stake. And this experience that many of you have in terms of people putting you on the pedestal and seeing you as the savior and then you falling from grace. So let's go into that now. If you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. I'd love for you to be a part of this. I do this live every single Thursday at the same time. I would think probably Christmas and New Year we'll be taking some time off, but then we'll be back again in January. So next Thursday will be the last live. We'll take a break for a couple of weeks and then we'll be coming back in the new year. My website is abigailrebecca.com. So if there's anything that you want to learn about human design, that's a really great resource for you to go to. You can download your human design chart for completely free of charge. You can order your human design book. Oh my goodness, it's buried at the moment underneath a pile of magazines, my wonderful visual aid, but this is what it looks like. And this is like it's like a human design reading, but in book form. So you can go ahead and you can order that. This makes a really great Christmas present as well. It's the electronic version. I've printed this out, but you can go ahead, and if you want to gift that to someone for Christmas, then that's something that you can do as well. So I did a video on YouTube. It would have been about 2 years ago now, and it's called Why I'm Such a 5-1 Fangirl. And the last time I looked at it, it had 12,500 views, which for me is big, right? On this channel, it's big. And there is a desire, I know, for those of you who have got a 5-1 profile to understand more about yourself, or maybe you've got a different profile, but you want to find out about, maybe a client of yours is a 5-1 profile, or a partner of yours is a 5-1 profile. And it's important that we understand more about ourselves. So I go into quite a lot of detail about all aspects of the 5-1 profile in that video. I'll put the link below so that you can go ahead and you can take a look at it after this or tomorrow if you want to. But I really respect and admire 5-1s. In fact, when I recorded that video, I did a survey of all of my clients that I'd worked with, even before I discovered human design, and I think it was like 90% of my clients had a 5-1 profile. And I really love and admire and respect 5-1s. I am a 4-6 in human design, so I get my opportunities through other people. My line 4, I get my opportunities through other people. So it can often be a bit of a slow burn. So what I love about the line 5 is that you don't have to get your opportunities through other people. In fact, you're designed to sell to complete strangers. You're designed to play big, to be big, to speak on big stages, to grow big communities, because people see you as the savior. And this is regardless of whether you're a manifestor, a projector, a generator, a manifesting generator, or a reflector. And I'd love to know in the comments what human design type you are. I'm speaking to all of you at the moment with a 5-1 profile. Now, I want to put the caveat in here that there are variances, of course there are, between if you're a 5-1 projector or you're a 5-1 manifestor, for example. Human design is often called the science of differentiation, and that's because you are all different. And I'm very, your 5-1 profile is very different to someone else's 5-1 profile. So if you want to go deeper, you can go onto my website, and there's lots of resources and tools for that and ways that you can work with me as well. But I am talking now about the experiences that a lot of my 5-1 clients and a lot of my 5-1 followers share with me. So the vixen, I'm going to put your comment because this is interesting, right? I'm a 5-1, and I've been either loved and put on a pedestal or ignored and not even recognized. It's freaking weird. Yeah. I can imagine, I'm not in the 5-1 experimentation, but I can imagine that is happening to you. And now that you know about human design, you know the reason for that. So you can now do the work to be able to recognize that about yourself, and also to be able to mitigate that for the future. So, let's talk a little bit about this projection field, shall we, that so many 5-1 profiles share with me. So you are seen as the savior. My life is going to I can't say the full word because I'm on YouTube. But your life is, going down the pan. And oh my goodness, like let's say the vixen, that's your real name. I don't think it is, but let's say the vixen, that's your real name. So the vixen is gonna sort it out for me. The vixen will solve it for me. The vixen is gonna solve all of my problems. So you are seen as the savior. You're seen as the person that can solve everyone's problems. You're put on this pedestal, and then what happens is other people form an opinion of you. If you're just going on your merry old way online, not minding your own business online or in life, walking down the street, people will form an opinion of you without even knowing who you are, because what they're doing is they're projecting onto you. So they will make something up in their heads about you. You're probably nothing like it, but as far as they're concerned, they're convinced that that's the kind of person you are. So she's this kind of person, she's that kind of person, they're this kind of person. And then when they actually interact with you and get to know you more, and you do not live up to their expectations, irrelevant of anything that you've done, you haven't done anything different, you're just showing up as yourself. If you don't live up to their expectations, they very often will burn you at the stake. So I always say they put you on a pedestal and then they burn you at the stake. So they form this opinion of you and then you fall from grace very quickly. And that, I believe, is one of the reasons why I attract so many 5-1 clients, because my clients are like, visibility, like every time that I put myself out there and play a bigger game and I'm visible, then other people like literally burn me at the stake. Like they can really, really recognize it. So there's a lot of fear of rejection. There's a fear of upsetting people. And this is what I find with a lot of my 5 line or line 5 profiles. They will go two of one ways. They'll either shrink and play it small and tone down their incredible powers and their incredible aura, and as a result of that, actually toning down their broader purpose in life, because your 5-1 profile is your broader purpose in life. Coupled with your incarnation cross, this is your broader purpose. So if you're toning yourself down because you're worried about people reacting badly to you, you are shunning your purpose, your dharma, your mission, your life's mission. The reason that you've come to this world, you're shunning it. Or it can go the other way, and then, line 5s can be really kind of like super, got their boundaries up, okay, got their heckles up. No one's going to hurt me anymore. No one's going to touch me anymore. But guess what happens when that happens? You can't form a relationship with someone, a deep relationship with someone. And I'm not just talking about romantic relationship or sexual relationship. I'm talking about business relationships. I'm talking about collaborating with other people, going into partnership with other people, bringing in ideal clients, choosing a coach, choosing a mentor, or people around you that will be able to support you in your big vision and your business. There is a guard that comes down, and that's not going to serve you either, because we're not designed to be that way. We're designed to be social creatures and to, be out in the world and doing things together, gathering together in community. So we have got another 5-1 generator here. I'm a 5-1 generator. I've been burnt at the stake many times, including getting fired 3 times. I am excited to learn more. Well, I'm excited to share more with you as well. And we also have a 2-5 projector, 2-5. So the line 5 in this will really be speaking to you. So wonderful. Welcome. It's lovely to have you here. And again, please keep the conversation going. Please like this video. This really, really helps with the reach as well, especially as we're going live. We're streaming live onto YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, I gather. So this is really exciting. I was having a conversation with a former client of mine. We worked together privately for 6 months. She was incredible. She is a 5-1 generator. She made great transition and great change within her business when we were working together. And she went off and she's doing her thing and she's creating incredible success, and I'm so proud of her. But she sent me a voice message the other day and she was sharing with me that she'd gone into collaboration with someone who everything was going well and then it didn't. Everything was just going well and then it didn't. And she was being accused of things that didn't happen, things that she hadn't said. And there was some very uncomfortable opinions coming her way that weren't truth. And basically what it was is it's the other person's projection of her. So she was totally in her 5-1 projection state. And things got so bad that actually in the end this person actually blocked her. She realized that she blocked her on socials. It was a real falling out. And look, she's a wise woman and she understands you. She totally understands her 5-1 profile. And this is why I love that she's done this work with me, because if she wasn't aware of that, she would have been taking it really, really personally. And this is not personal. It might feel personal to you, but it's not personal. They are reacting to your 5-1 or your line 5 within your human design. She understands that. So I'm so glad that she understands that. But she was like, how? And we've done lots of calls about this, but she's still asking me. She's like, how on earth, how do I stop this from happening? Like, what do I need to do to stop this from happening? And the things that I shared with her today on my voice memo, I'm going to share with you today. Oh my goodness, Miss Jackson. It's so I love you so much. Hi, darling Abigail. It's Angie, Miss Jackson. I cannot remember my generator. Your profile, you need to go and have a little look and see what it is. But please stay here. Stay with us, Angie. It's wonderful to see you. So, one of the things that I shared with her, well, this is one of the things that I share with all of my 5-1 profile clients, actually. It's important for you to put in boundaries. For you yourself to put in boundaries, to really understand who you are, what you expect, what you don't expect. So if you are working with a client, for example, or you're collaborating with someone else like my former client was, what are the boundaries that you need to put in place to stop this from happening? Now, again, I just want to put a caveat in here. This is how you're designed. You're never going to stop this. You're never going to solve this. But what will happen is, because of your awareness around it, first of all, you're not going to take it personally. And secondly, you're going to be able to mitigate it. You're going to be able to make it easier for yourself and other people. And one of the ways that you do that is to put boundaries in. I'd love to know in the comments, how are your boundaries? Where would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? 1, I've got no boundaries at all. What's even a boundary? And 10, like, I'm boundaried to the 10th, to the 9th degree. So how are your boundaries? How are you at saying no and not having to explain yourself? You know that phrase, no is a complete word. No, hang on. No is a complete phrase. Not no, because I have to do this, this, and this, and this. No. It's a no from me. That is a boundary. So how are you mitigating your 5-1 projection with boundaries? And also clear communication. So communicating, this is who I am and this is who I'm not. And this is one of the things that I work really, really intensely with, actually, with my 5-1 clients who are going out and they're being more visible. They're on social media, they're speaking on stages, they're going into events, they're speaking on podcasts, to be very, very clear. This is what I do. This is what I don't do. This is who I am. This is who I'm not. Because if you can inform people beforehand about what they can expect from you. So, for example, a really great contract, if you're working with someone, if you are going into collaboration with someone, if you're interviewing someone, then having an agreement, a written agreement that both of you will sign to say, this is what we expect, this is what we don't expect. So it's a very clear and it's very black and white. That is communication. Or if you're sharing projects with someone or going at like asking for feedback from someone, then having an NDA in, just having these tools around you where you're able to mitigate it, and just being really clear. And if that other person, this is why everyone needs to learn about human design. Because as soon as someone says to me I'm a 5-1, first of all I go, well, hello, of course you are. That's why you're in my world. I don't just work with 5-1s, by the way, but I do attract a lot of 5-1s. And then the second thing, I'm like, amazing, thank you for telling me. Because I know I'm very, I then know. And I'm also aware then of, am I projecting onto this person? Am I projecting onto this person? So I have a self-awareness and a duty of care as well. So especially if you're a coach, if you're a mentor, if you're a community builder, if you're a course creator, which I know many of you are who have followed me, maybe you're a spiritual advisor. I think we've got someone on here that's doing tarot, which is amazing. Angie, I don't know what you're up to at the moment, but I would love to know and have a little catch up. So especially if you are in service to someone, if you're providing a service, just to have that clarity and also to educate your community around your human design. And you can invite those conversations in as well. It's a great conversation starter. How are we doing? Any questions so far? So just to reiterate, boundaries and clear communication. The Vixen, I forgot to add, I'm a 5-1 projector with splenic, whatever that means. Okay, so that's your inner authority. That's the way that you make decisions. And the Vixen, I am actually doing a free event for projectors this evening. Well, my evening, I don't know whereabouts in the world you are, but 7 p.m. UK time, which is like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is about 4.5 hours away. I am actually holding a free human design event for human design projectors. So if you go onto my website, you will be able to find more details about that and sign up. Just go up to services and you'll be able to get that. I might have Kevin on here as well, and if Kev's on here, then he'll put the link actually in the chat, so you can go and click on the link for my event tonight. So the other thing, Austin, Texas. Okay, so yeah, you can come and join. I'd love for you to come if you've got time to come onto the free event. It's just for 1 hour. Any projectors that are online now watching this, you are more than welcome. You're invited. It's a free event. There's going to be loads of projectors there, and it's always great. The other thing that I just wanted to cover with you is, for those of you who have followed me for a while, you will hear me talking about taking radical responsibility for your life. Radical responsibility for your life, radical responsibility for your actions. And as a 5-1, or actually with any profile with a line 5 in it, where you have this falling from grace situation going on. And this is one thing that I said to my client. I said to her, look, you need to take responsibility for the part that you've played in this as well. We all need to take responsibility for the part that we play. Someone's drilling outside. So it's all very well my clients saying, well, this was done to me and this happened and that happened and that happened. But actually, what about the responsibility that she took in that situation? because it takes two to tango. And sometimes this can be really confronting and sometimes this can be really challenging. But actually what happens with that is that you then take radical responsibility for your own life. And guess what? That means that if you are taking radical responsibility for a situation that you've been in, then you can then take radical responsibility for the rest of your life. Now, who was in the comments that was talking about being fired? Tarot. Manjula Tarot. I don't know if I've pronounced that right, and apologies if I haven't. So you shared that you've been burnt at the stake many times, including getting fired 3 times. So you might say to me, Abby, I got fired 3 times. That's not my fault. I can't take responsibility for that. But I encourage you to go back to that situation and take radical responsibility for that situation. No, it's not your fault that you've been fired, but what would you do differently? And this is what I encourage my client to do. I was like, go back, reflect on it, be very, very, like, pick it apart, pick the situation apart and take radical responsibility for your actions. And then what you can do is you can learn from it. How could I have done things differently? How can I do things differently in the future so that I can mitigate this happening or softening the blow? Because I would like to hazard a guess that actually you don't really like this happening to you. You don't like being burnt at the stake. You don't like being blamed for things that that hasn't even anything to do with you. You don't like falling from grace. I would think that it's not a very nice thing to experience. So how can you learn from it? And then how can you flip the script? How can you use it to your advantage? How can you create something magnificent from your line 5? How can you create something magnificent from your 5-1 profile, from your 3-5 profile, from your 5-3 profile? How can you create something different or significant from it? Because when you can flip the script and come out of the victim mode, all these things are happening to me. It's happening to me. How about it's happening for you? How about you look at these situations and you go, you know what? This was not a nice experience, but what I'm able to create from it is something significant. I've got to learn from it. It's made me a better person. I'm reacting to it in a different way. So therefore, I'm using it as a learning curve to be able to raise my vibration and raise to my higher consciousness. So I would love to set a challenge that you actually start to look at these burning from on the stake and falling from grace scenarios as something that is an exciting challenge that you can then alchemize into something really incredible. Because believe you me, any of you with a line 5 profile, with a line 5 in your profile, regardless of whether you're a 5-1 or not, you are designed to be big, to play big. You are seen as the savior. Hey, you're seen as the savior. Well, if you're seen as the savior, position yourself as the savior. Build a business around it, monetize it, invite people to your show, your savior show. How are you going to be able to use the energy in your line 5 to help people through a process, to help transform the lives of others? Because it's all there for you. It's for you to decide whether you want to play big or not. And I would think that you want to play big. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video now. And then, of course, if you've got the line 1 within your profile, then that makes you a fantastic expert in your area. You've done your due diligence. You've done your research. You can back things up with the research that you've done. You're an investigator. You're an explorer. that makes you an incredible subject matter expert. It also makes you an incredible thought leader. So for those of you who are stepping more into your thought leadership, which I know a lot of you are in my community, then this is something for you to be able to use for that. So I'd love to know in the comments how that's landing for you. Angie, yeah, you're a manifester. Just like a manifester to crash the party. You are a 2-4 manifester. Welcome. Angie, you still here? Do you have any questions for me? Angie, I've forgotten so much. I'm a manifester 2-4. Splenic authority. I'm providing social services, but have a feeling I'll be moving on soon. Amazing. Well, always up for a catch up, Angie, if you want to have a catch up. So I'm going to look out for questions below. If you have any questions, I'd love to know what's resonating for you. And also what I'd really love to know is what is landing positively for you. Because we are moving very quickly now to 2026, which is an incredible year. We are moving into the year of the horsepower. How are you going to be able to turbocharge your life and create success and abundance for yourself and your others using the power that is in your 5-1 profile? I'd love to know in the comments below. Where are we on time? We're at half an hour. This is normally where I sign off. I just wanted to say thank you so much, everyone, for watching. It's been wonderful to hang out with you. Continue to put your questions below because I will come back and I will look at those. But for the time being, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you very soon.